What up guys, Vino here and welcome to this Vino Plunk production and welcome to this Time for a Cuppa. Damn fine cup of coffee if I do say so myself. It's currently 22:40 or 20:11 PM on Wednesday the 22nd of May 2024. How are you guys doing? Hopefully you're doing really well. I'm doing fantastic. I'm coming at you with this TFAC to give you a purchase decision update. I do want to make it clear before I continue with this video, I don't make these videos to gloat in any way, shape or form. I shoot these videos or record these videos to show you what I'm buying, so you guys might be interested in the same thing as well, and so you can sort of come along for the ride. My videos have always been sort of as if you're a mate of mine in the room with me, and that's how I've always done my videos. And also YouTube, sometimes videos can be a bit self-indulgent. In fact, a lot of YouTube and YouTubers are self-indulgent, so allow me that self-indulgence on occasions. Anyway, moving on. So, I said in one of my previous videos that I was going to be buying a load of Soulsborne books from Tune and Fairweather. So I don't know if I said this in my previous video, but I'd messaged Tune and Fairweather on Facebook Messenger to see hiccups from the coffee. This is actually the third take of this video, so I've already drank half of the coffee, so the hiccups, the coffee's getting its revenge on me, I think. Anyway, I'd messaged Tune and Fairweather on Facebook Messenger to ask if there was any more discount codes that could be applied to basket. They went nope. I supplied a screenshot to them and they said nope, you've already got all the codes for the basket. There's no more codes. And to be honest with you, I was kind of umming whether I was going to buy all the books or not, or some of the books or none of the books. And I kind of had a moment of realization, am I really going to read all through the books? Probably not. And considering they are £70, £80 or £160 per book, I don't think it's, you know, necessarily the best purchase. And it's my sister's birthday next month, and I'm also, I failed to mention this in my previous video, but I'm also going to be buying Killer Clowns from Outer Space on the PS5 to play with Luke and some other friends and what have you. So it wasn't financially viable to go with that. However, I've made a different purchasing decision for the end of this month. So a Facebook seller that I've actually bought something from before, when I first started the job that I had been in now for 18 months, they were selling every single Eye of Judgment card that you can buy. Eye of Judgment is a card-based game on the PlayStation 3 that used the PlayStation Eye camera basically to play the game. Sort of like an augmented reality kind of game. Anyway, so he was selling all of the cards you could ever buy, and back when I first got my job, I increased my wage versus my previous job by about £100 to £200 a month. So basically, long story short, I was splurging a little bit, and I bought all of the cards you could buy for Eye of Judgment for about £100. I think actually it was originally £100, but he came down to £70 for me off his own bat. Actually, I think he was selling the whole lot for £120 or something. And I said to him, would you take 100? He accepted 100, and then messaged me a few days before I was going to go and collect it, going, you can have the whole lot for 70. I'm not sure why he knocked that extra £30 off, but hey ho. He did give me the reason why I was on the front door picking up the cards off of him, but I've actually forgotten the exact reason why he knocked that other £30 off. If you want my personal input on that, I think it didn't contain all of the cards, and he realised that 2 days before I was due to go around and collect it, and then went, you know what, I'm going to drop off £30 because he realised that it wasn't as full as he was claiming it to be. Anyway, that's beside the point. He posts quite regularly onto Facebook Marketplace, and he sells all sorts. I think he's a bit of a wheeler dealer, if you know what I mean. I think he gets things cheap and then sells them on Facebook Marketplace for a profit. Hey, I'm not one to judge. We've all got to hustle or have a side hustle now and then. So, sidebar for a moment. a few years ago, I bought a Logitech G25 steering wheel with shifter and pedals. And I actually got that in order to play American Truck Simulator. Ironically, I got it from eBay, and the day that I ordered it, I was watching a G-Famous Twitch stream. G-Famous at the time had over 1 million followers. Even back then, I'm not sure how many they've got now, but even back then had over 1 million followers on Twitch. And I was watching one of their streams. They happened to be playing American Truck Simulator. It wasn't long out at the time, and they did a raffle on their Twitch channel. Again, there was quite a number of people watching them at the time, and they were giving away a Steam key for American Truck Simulator. Guess who won that key? Yes, I was just as surprised as anybody was. And at the time, I think there was a key as well for 2 of the DLC packs, or maybe the DLC packs were freely released. I know now they're charging for each state that they release, because the idea behind it, they are going to release all of the United States, but it's all going to be in DLC. So they had certain amount of states at the beginning, and they've been adding more and more US states as time has gone on. So I think there were 2 pieces of DLC, 2 states that also included when you bought the game. Anyway, regardless, I ended up getting American Truck Simulator, and when the steering wheel and what have you arrived from eBay, I played the heck out of it until I upgraded to either Windows 10 or Windows 11. I'm not sure which one it was. But when I upgraded to one of those, the wheel stopped working, basically. The wheel would work, but no game would pick it up, basically. Now, Logitech have now moved on when it comes to the software that you can use to control their devices to G-Hub. Now, everything's through G-Hub. Everything they do through G-Hub. Mice, keyboards, steering wheels, everything's now through G-Hub. The G25 is not compatible with G-Hub, simply put. There's a really old piece of Logitech software that you can install that does work with the G25 and does get games to recognise the G25, but it's janky to get working on modern operating systems, especially Windows 10 or 11, whatever it was. And it crashes, it's not the best. So I thought, you know what, stuff it. And also I lost the power supply to my G25. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to sell my G25, and I sold it off Facebook Marketplace, and someone picked it up for like £30. I think they paid for it. I'd priced it accordingly that the power supply wasn't going to be included because I'd lost it. I've since found it, by the way. Maybe I should contact that guy and go, I found the power supply, do you want it? I bet you he sold that weird on by now. Anyway. He seemed over the moon about it when he picks it up, and he just goes, "Just the power supply needs changing." Yeah, cool, bad, and gave me my money and walked away. So he seemed pretty happy. And then he messaged me afterwards to say, "All works fine, mate. Thank you." So kudos to him. But long story short, it didn't work on Windows anymore, and I basically said to myself that down the road I'll buy myself a more up-to-date steering wheel from Logitech, because I really did enjoy playing American Truck Simulator and some other simulator games. I don't know what it is about me and simulator games, especially driving simulator games. I really enjoy Bus Simulator 21, which came to Game Pass, not Game Pass, PlayStation Plus Premium or Extra, whatever they call it. I've been loving playing that. I don't know what it is about that game that I love playing it so much. But anyway. Also, me and my housemate swapped computers. I used to have a desktop computer, a tower, monitor, what have you, and they had a laptop. I said to them at some point, do you want to swap? And there were many reasons why I wanted to swap. One of the reasons was I wanted to swap is so I could take my laptop anywhere in the house that I wanted, because it's a laptop at the end of the day, and I could set it up, say, in here, and I could have had the G25 set up on, say, this, and then played it, you know, in this kind of setup. But of course, I then sold the G25. So that's why I thought to myself, at some point, now I've got the laptop, I'm going to buy myself a steering wheel, and I can set up my laptop anywhere in the house that I want, basically, and then have the steering wheel set up wherever I like. So this same person posted on Facebook Marketplace that they are basically selling a Logitech G923 or G923 steering wheel with a shifter that has been modded, a handbrake which doesn't work on their Xbox, sorry, doesn't work on their Xbox, but it does work through a PC, and they've built themselves a rig in which they connected a car seat to. So there's a Honda Civic car seat, Honda Civic R car seat attached to a metal frame, and they've built like a wooden, kind of like a desk, in which you can put the steering wheel on the top. There's a place for the shifter, for the gear stick, basically, and they've even allowed a place for the handbrake. Again, it doesn't work for the Xbox, but it does work for PC. And I've agreed to get that at the end of the month. How I'm going to get it home, I don't know. Apparently, I did say to the seller I might have to get an estate taxi. An estate car, if you don't know, are the ones with the really big boots on the back, so you can fit more in there, basically. He has said he'll contact some friends near the date to see if they've got an estate he can borrow and then get it dropped off. At that point, that would be really cool if he can do that. He doesn't live that far away. As I said, I've already been there once. So hopefully that happens. But I'm probably going to be setting up in this very room. I'm probably going to have to collapse this table down and move some things around in order to get that. Well, I'm going to have a racing sim set up. I called it Racing Sim because I'm going to be using it for American Truck Simulator and some other related games. There'll probably be some gameplay videos and some streams probably of me doing that, because I can just come up here, set it all up, set my laptop up, and just, you know, stream some of those videos, which I think would actually be quite fun. So that's the first purchasing decision I've made this month. I've literally, within the last couple of hours, spoken to another Facebook Marketplace seller that I haven't bought anything from before, but I have contacted before. So they were selling a whole load of Transformer figures. Now, I grew up in Transformers. I've collected a bunch of Transformers. I have a bunch of Transformers in my room. And over the years, I used to have a massive Transformers collection, but as I've grown, how can I word this? I got rid of most of my Transformers back in the day, which I heavily regret doing now. But anyway, it's by the way, to be completely honest with you, but I have basically agreed with this person, because they posted some more Transformer figures to Facebook Marketplace, to pay over the series of 3 months, 2 or 3 months, basically, to buy a whole load of Transformers figures that he's selling on his Facebook Marketplace. He's really happy because it means he can get rid of all of them, and I'm happy because he's agreed to a payment plan over the course of 3 months, basically, to sell all of those figures. So I'll be able to buy them all, and he's not that too far away from me, so I'll probably pop once I've sent. Well, he wants to pay me, he's paying him in cash, so I'll probably pop to where he is, pay him money, take away at that time what I paid for, do that for 2 or 3 months until I've paid it all off, and then gotten all the figures. So yeah, and of course there's going to be a video on each of those figures as I get them, and then probably at the end of it all I will give you a big old show off of all of the Transformers figures that I have then gotten, procured, purchased over the course of a few months. So that's what I wanted to update you guys on. I'm really looking forward to the sim racing setup thing, if I'm being honest. That's going to be really interesting to play some American Truck Simulator. I kind of missed playing American Truck Simulator with a sim setup with pedals and a wheel and all that kind of stuff. It's really fun to play those sorts of games. Plus, I've been watching a YouTube channel called Normal Adult Luke recently, and he's been playing some BeamNG.drive on there. Again, he's got a steering wheel setup and stuff like that, and I've kind of been going, I miss my steering wheel setup, so it'll be nice to have that back again, and I'll be showing you guys what it looks like, and of course taking you along for the ride, literally. How's that for a segue? Until next time, guys, please take care. As always, enjoy the rest of your day. Ta-ra.